The scene was much, much smaller. Even when I finally did come to London and start out, there were the same people were on the scene, so you knew who these people were. It was much more simple in the old days. It was much more comic because all our gigs were in pubs, and you can't go on with something deep at 11 o'clock at night without getting a glass in your face. But now people are going out to specifically watch spoken word. Because in the old days, if I was doing a headline set, then you're thinking a beginning, a middle and an end. And I still think in those terms, but I no longer think I need to write 2 funny poems to lighten it up. So I think it's kind of easier to be more hard-hitting because you can recover as an audience afterwards. In the old days, essentially every punk band, every sort of socially conscious band, including all the sort of new Rasta bands, they all had a poet who went up before them. So all of them used to sort of work with music and as well as apart from music. But essentially our spoken word education or performance poetry education, our university was punk music, which led into becoming a kind of hip-hop music. Hip-hop brings in internal rhymes, multiple rhymes. Grime culture brings in your idea of bars instead of lines. Grime culture has kind of weirdly got a lot of similarities with old school sonnets, Petrarchan sonnets and things like that. So that's had a massive influence, hip-hop. Now what's happened is there is, I would call, a saturation of the spoken word scene, and this is to do with many, many things. One of the major things that happened with people like me 15 years ago setting up the National Youth Slam. So I set this up to give voices to the silenced and to encourage a diversity of voices and understanding of the world. It's like a university of poetry, it's a family, it's a training ground, it's boot camp for thinkers. One of the things about the scene that means I still want to go there every night is its sense of oneness, community, underground, artistic, hedonism, adventurousness, revolution. And now the exciting thing is spoken word leading people back to poetry, which is where most of us got and continue to get our inspiration from as much as music and theatre. Out on the scene, it's incredibly vibrant. It's a really, really exciting time to be in spoken word.